Hi guys, I'm going to work the two problems that are for lesson 4-7. If you have not watched the video, it's called 4-7A, then you should do that because it's going to explain this little last piece with the funny little bubble in it at the bottom of these answers. And I will tell you about that when we get to this. So this is very fancy notation, but it's really not so bad. If I want to know what the inverse of g of 6 is, I look up here in the g, and so see where the 6 is in g, and I have 0 and 6, then I can just do the inverse of that, which would happen to be 0. Okay, and then if I want to do the inverse of h of x, what I'm going to have to do there is actually, oh, okay, that's an equation. Sorry, I thought that was another list. Let me get an, let me get a screenshot here so I can write on it. Okay, so if I have the h of x equals 3x plus 10, and I need the inverse of that, remember I'm going to say y equals 3x plus 10 instead of h of x. And then I'm going to change the places of the x and the y. See how they just swapped places? And then I'm going to solve to get y by itself. So I'm going to go minus 10 on both sides. And then I'm going to divide by 3. And you can probably type x minus 10 over 3. Or you could put that as, this is the same thing, 1/3 x minus 10 thirds. And that equals y. I'm going to put that over there. And y is the same as the h, the inverse of h of x. All right, so we have that. I need to type that in. And then for our very last one, well, let's go back and enter that. So I have x minus 10 over 3. I'm going to try putting that in to show you if that works. X minus 10 over 3. All right. And then when we want to do this problem, let me get another screenshot so we can work it. Remember that this is the 8, is h follows the inverse of h of negative 8. So if I can remember what our inverse was, x minus 10 divided by 3 equals y. That's the inverse. Okay, so we want the inverse of h of negative 8. Okay, so remember we work from the back to the front. So now I have my inverse. I'm going to plug in a negative 8. So I have y equals negative 8 minus 10 over 3. So plus a negative. So I have negative 18 over 3, which is negative 6. So the very first part of this, I always work back to front, is negative 6. So now I'm just finding the h of negative 6. Okay, so the h of negative 6 means take the h equation, which is 3x plus 10, and plug in a negative 6. 3 times negative 6 plus 10 is negative 18 plus 10, which is negative 8. Okay, so that very last one should be negative 8. Check. All right, was happy with that. I didn't have to rearrange that one equation. All right, so the second problem says a tank is being filled with a liquid. The L of T given below is the amount of liquid in liters in the tank after T minutes. So T is our input, time is going by, and the output is how many liters of water do we have. So this function the way it is, input's time, do this, this function inputs time and outputs how much water in liters. So it says let the L of negative 1 be the inverse function of L. Let X be the output of the function of L. Okay. Which statement best describes the inverse of X? Okay, so now that we know what the original one is, my new input is going to be water in liters, and my new output, what the heck is that, is going to be time. Okay, so this is in the inverse. So I have to straighten out what was first, and then I can figure out what it is when I switch their places. Okay, so the function of this, so this is like, what is the y of our new equation? So the y of our new equation is time. The amount of liquid, no. The ratio, no. The reciprocal amount of liquid after X minutes. And no, that sounds weird. How about time? So we're going to mark this when we get over there. Okay, and so I want to know what the inverse function of L is. So let's take care of that. We can rewrite our equation L of t equals 1.25 t plus 82 as the y equals 1.25 t plus 82. And so I'm going to swap. And I'm going to say that, okay, it wants us to use x, so let's just change that to x right now. And we'll say x equals 1.25y plus 82. And we're gonna solve to get y by itself. Minus 82. X minus 82 equals 1.25y. And we have to divide by 1.25. So here's my equation. X minus 82 over 1.25. All right. And then I have to plug in and use this equation. And this notation right here just tells me, please plug in 130 for X. So I'm going to do this math. 130 minus 82 over 1.25. I don't happen to be sitting here with my calculator, which is probably not so wise. Although, let's do this. Save to photos. Oh dear. Oh dear. Is that what we were just working on? All right. Okay. So we had decided to mark this one, and we needed to type in this equation, which is x minus 80. Oh, I think I need parentheses. X minus 82. There's no parentheses? Oh, it's not going to like me. Okay, let's do this. Alexa, what is 1 divided by 1.25?
1 divided by 1.25 is 0.8.
All right, so we have this 0.8 times x minus. Alexa, what is 82 divided by 1.25?
82 divided by 1.25 is 65.6.
Okay, we'll give that a try. And we're going to come down here. And I'm going to plug in 130 into that equation. Alexa, What is 0.8 times 130 minus 65.6?
0.8 times 130 minus 65.6 is 38.4. Was that helpful?
Thank you, Alexa. Mm-mm-mm.
You're welcome, Johnny. Enjoy your evening.
Nice. All right, so that worked out with a little help from Alexa. And yes, so hopefully that makes sense. If you put together the 4-7A explanation with the lesson video. So let me know if you get stuck.